The key to happiness. This story will change your life.
Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a man named John. He was a hard-working farmer who spent most of his days tending to his fields, caring for his animals, and taking care of his family. Despite the toil, John had always been content with his simple life. One day, as John was plowing his fields, he came across a rusty old key buried in the soil. It was a peculiar key, unlike any he had ever seen before. He picked it up and examined it, intrigued by its uniqueness. He cleaned it off and decided to keep it as a memento of his discovery. That night, as he sat by the fireplace, he couldn't help but wonder about the key's purpose. He knew it was just an old, discarded item, but it had sparked his curiosity. John decided to ask the village elder, a wise man known for his insights. The village elder listened to John's story and examined the key. He smiled and said, "This key is not just any key, John. It is the key to happiness. But it will only open one door, and that door is within you." John was puzzled, but intrigued. The elder explained, "Happiness is not found in wealth or possessions. It's found within yourself. To unlock the door to happiness, you must look inside, appreciate the simple things, and be grateful for what you have. Contentment, love, and inner peace are the treasures behind that door." John thanked the elder for his wisdom and returned home, still pondering the elder's words. He began to shift his perspective. Instead of constantly striving for more, he started to appreciate the beauty of the sunrise over his fields, the laughter of his children, and the warmth of his wife's smile. As the days turned into weeks and weeks into years, John found that the key to happiness was indeed within him. He no longer worried about acquiring material wealth or status. He cherished the moments he shared with his family, the bonds he had with his neighbors, and the satisfaction of a hard day's work. Over time, John's happiness radiated, and it touched the lives of those around him. People from neighboring villages came to learn from him, and the village prospered, not because of wealth, but because of the collective happiness and contentment of its residents. John's story spread far and wide, and the key to happiness became a symbol of a life well lived. People started to understand that the real treasure was not in material possessions, but in the love, gratitude, and contentment they held in their hearts.